Right now, millions of people are consuming content on exactly how to build wealth. They spend hours studying side hustles and financial frameworks, and yet, despite all that information, the vast majority will remain entirely broke. Take Abhishek. He spent the last month saving dozens of lucrative business ideas, everything from AI services to logistics, but he hasn't earned a single dollar. He is stuck in decision fatigue, perpetually waiting for the perfect moment to start. This is the idea trap. Every time you find a new business concept, your brain rewards you with a hit of dopamine. It feels like progress, but it actually resets your momentum. You're trading the difficult work of starting for the easy comfort of collecting. If you consume business ideas without immediate execution, you aren't learning, you're just entertaining yourself. It creates a false sense of achievement that hides the fact that you're standing still. Abhishek eventually meets a mentor who is reading the very book his favorite YouTube videos are based on. Abhishek asks for the secret he's missing, the one golden idea that will finally make everything click. The mentor tells him the book isn't about finding a golden idea at all. It's a manual on the mechanics of action, specifically how to take a flawed concept and pivot until the market finally accepts it. Wealth isn't built by those who find the perfect plan. It's built by those who take a mediocre idea and force it to work through relentless, messy action. To see how this works in the real world, look at the Great Depression. This was an era defined by total economic collapse, where traditional jobs didn't just pay less, they ceased to exist. For the Sneed family, the stakes were literal survival. They were out of work and out of savings. If they couldn't find a way to generate cash immediately, they would lose everything. They spent weeks perfecting a logical business plan, a premium lime drink mixed with gin, targeted at the few wealthy Chicagoans who still had money. They launched it with high hopes, but the plan failed instantly. Nobody bought it. The Sneeds learned a brutal lesson. Even the most logically sound plan will fail if it's built on your own assumptions instead of what the market is actually asking for. The breakthrough came by accident. A friend sent them a surplus of tomatoes they couldn't sell. Mrs. Sneed decided to juice them and give the bottles to her neighbors. Suddenly, people were knocking on her door, asking to buy more. The family didn't hesitate. They abandoned the lime juice idea they had spent months on and committed their entire focus to the one thing that was actually generating demand: tomato juice. As word spread, they could no longer keep up in their home kitchen. They moved their operation into a small factory near a railroad track, scaling up their production to meet the orders. But scale brought a new problem. In a standard grocery store, they were just another bottle on a shelf crowded with cheap, mass-market competitors. They were being squeezed out on price. Having a great product wasn't enough. By trying to sell to everyone, they were competing in a race to the bottom where they couldn't win. The Sneeds shifted their strategy. They stopped trying to reach the mass market and pivoted to wealthy consumers who wanted a specific result, a premium, healthful way to start their morning. They began pitching luxury hotels. Their sales pitch wasn't about the juice itself, it was about the status of their clientele. They told hotel managers that their juice was what the elite drank to feel refreshed. This positioning worked. Morning Glory tomato juice became a staple in high-end dining cars and elite hotels. By focusing on status rather than price, they reached a level of profit that the mass market couldn't offer. This shift in positioning, selling a premium experience to a specific audience, is what took the Sneeds from a kitchen experiment to a national brand. This story highlights foundational pillars. First, action beats a perfect idea. Second, commit to one path and ignore distractions. Third, sell what the market explicitly asks for. Fourth, pivot through friction. When you fail, refine the execution of your current idea. Finally, sell the result. The Sneeds stopped talking about tomatoes and started talking about the feeling of a morning glory. They sold a narrative of health and status. These 5 pillars transform a business from a hopeful gamble into a repeatable process for generating revenue. When Abhishek went home, he stopped looking for the best idea and picked one: AI video editing. For 2 months, his pitches were ignored. Instead of jumping to a new side hustle video, he used the feedback to narrow his focus to a specific style of high-retention editing for creators. That iteration, not the original idea, is what finally landed him his first 6-figure year. You can continue the loop of passive scrolling or commit to the unglamorous work. Real progress starts when the screen goes black. Success is a product of commitment, not inspiration. Pick one idea, stay with it through the failures, and take your first real action today.